Thank you very much, and good evening, Your Excellencies, distinguished hosts, guests, friends, and partners. The World Bank is honored to participate in the 11th edition of the Energynomics Awards, which is dedicated to recognizing leadership, innovation, and commitment to the green transition and increased sustainability. We are attending this event in parallel with COP28, where discussions continue to reach further agreements to accelerate action against climate change. In fact, yesterday, World Bank Group hosted a dedicated session featuring Romania and the recently launched Country Climate and Development Report, which the World Bank Group prepared in consultations and in partnerships with the government of Romania, with private sector, with academia, and many of our partners who are here in this room. It is an important recognition, as the speakers before me said, about the importance of Romania as a country that can set the standard for how the green transition can happen. We also heard that there is a big potential that we see in terms of the Romania's green transition path. At the same time, it's not an easy path. And I think the fact that we are all here today in this room is an opportunity to think about how we can pull our forces together in order to support Romania in this path. Of course, the transition of the energy sector is key, and for us, in the report, the Country Climate and Development Report represents just one small contribution that the World Bank Group is putting out there in order to support Romania on its decarbonization path. We, as many of you know, and we are collaborating effectively on many different areas, but maybe let me list some of the critical ones where we believe, and some of our diagnostic report really indicates that action is needed now, action is needed fast. We need to increase power network robustness and resilience. We need to integrate renewable energy into the grid. We need to diversify energy mix. We need to promote energy efficiency, advance sustainable heating, and we need to factor in the nexus between energy and other critical sectors such as water and agriculture. And we need to transition from coal, and in a just way. The World Bank is already actively engaged in all these areas and stands ready to further support Romania and other client countries to achieve their ambitious green growth objectives, while investing in resilience, in inclusion, and addressing climate change challenges. This is not an easy task, as I mentioned, and in fact, events like this, one more time, are important to keep us united and focused on this transitional path. Investing more in renewable energy and energy efficiency is paramount for our future. In the EU, the share of non-renewable energy products in total energy available is almost 70%, considering petroleum products, natural gas, and solid fossil fuels. This means that green transition requires monumental efforts to truly transform our economies and societies. On top of that, more than 65% of the total energy available in the EU is imported, exposing the EU economy and critical sectors to significant fluctuations in the price of fossil fuels. This creates legitimate concerns about the security of supply. The private sector, and many of you are here in this room, is pivotal in steering Romania towards a sustainable future. And I'm happy to see that today's gala brings together both private and public sector. The journey towards net zero by 2050 demands bold actions. Private sector stands in the center of and represents the driving force behind Romania's transformative journey. This morning, together with some of you in this room, the State Secretary Dragan, we launched another report that the World Bank Group prepared recently. This is country private sector diagnostic. This is a report that serves as a roadmap, we hope, for authorities and for the private sector on achieving the green transition objectives. This report outlines some of the key constraints that prevent private sector development in Romania, and I will list them very briefly. A lot of discussion during the launch event today was around skills, availability of skills, and the future demand on skills that Romania needs to offer to the industries of future. Unpredictable business environment due to institutional deficiencies, limited competition, and a lack of innovative capacity and essential infrastructure. The report also emphasizes that the energy, transport, and finance sectors are critical to igniting sustainable economic growth and enhancing social inclusion. On the energy front, the report shows that Romania has a significant technical potential to generate renewable energy, leveraging solar, onshore wind, hydro, and offshore wind. Furthermore, Romania needs to accelerate the pace of electrification to meet national climate commitments, which will require increased investments in national renewable energy sources and around 60% coming from the private sector of that amount. Alternative fuels, such as green hydrogen, will be critical, and the rollout of heat pumps, solar heat, and geothermal should be accelerated with public-private partnership solutions where possible. Finally, Romania needs to increase energy efficiency. Only the renovation of the building stocks would need over 1.6 billion euros per year, with over 1 billion per year expected from private sources. It is evident that Romania has a difficult yet ambitious agenda to deliver in the energy sector in the years to come. To this end, it is imperative to forge strategic alliances and leverage the strengths of both public and private sector. This will unleash the country's potential and foster sustainable and resilient growth. The World Bank and International Finance Corporation, the World Bank Group, we stand through our expertise and resources poised to facilitate the necessary support mechanisms and transfer of knowledge through investment and capacity building programs in support of the efforts of our client countries, Romania included, to reduce poverty and boost shared prosperity on a livable planet. Thank you very much.